Hi, I'm Sharon Milan. I'm your instructor this semester for Speech 251, and I want to welcome you to the class. I'm really looking forward to working with each of you, and I want to assure you that I am here to help you. And if you need help with anything, please don't hesitate to call me. I also want to take a couple of minutes to show you how to navigate the class and kind of go through what happens when you point and click and what I'm expecting in terms of homework and what do you submit and you know, just an overview of how to do your assignments. So here we go.
Okay, let's look at our course and how it's set up. Okay, so the first thing we want to look at is whether our class is showing up on the buttons here on the top across there. And we have our class Speech 251, but if your class isn't showing up, go to Sites and make sure you star the class that you want to show up. So if it's unstarred, it won't show up on the menu, and if it's starred, it will. Okay, so we've got our class started and it's showing up. Announcements. This is where you will see any communication that I want to send to you. It will pop up there automatically. Email. This is where you can email your classmates. So you can email me. You can click on instructor and then you can say help and you can write your email and then you can just push send. And right here, send mail, you can send yourself a copy. And you can also, if you're sending multiple people, you can append to different people. And I will get that message. Please put your email address in there because I cannot reply to these messages. Also, if you want to email a student that's in our class, you can click on here and you can see the list of people that are taking this class and you can email them individually. So if I just want to email Jamie, I would click there. If I want to email everyone, I would click there. And so you may have a need to email people in the class. Okay, the roster is where you can see the list of people in the class. Forums, we are doing a lot of forums, but we will not be doing it through this button. If we look at the main forum page, it looks a little daunting, because we'll do all these forums, but the lessons actually link directly to these pages. So you need to know the name of the forum that you're working on. So this is a good way to go back in if you want to add something, but just worry about entering the forums through the lessons. Okay, tests and quizzes. Each lesson has a test and it's an essay test and you can just click on it. The overview quiz is a multiple choice, but here you just begin your assessment and you just write it in. It's an essay worth 5 points and you can keep submitting this until the day that it's due. And you won't see a grade on this until I grade it, post the grade in the grade book. And then you can look in the grade book and you can see your different grades. Here you can see what percentage each assignment is worth. So for example, on exams, I only have 2 of them in here so far, but there'll be 11 or 12 of them, and all of the exams together are worth 10% of your grade. So they'll show up here after I put them in and grade them. The forums are worth 10%, etc. And so you'll see your grades show up in the grade book. There's nothing showing up now because I haven't entered any grades. Help, this is for help with Laulima. I have a different place that you can go. This just helps you navigate Laulima, the system that's housing these instructions. Okay, let's look at lessons. We didn't look at that one yet. This is really where 90% of the course happens. So what I want you to do is go to Start here, Course Overview, and you're going to basically read your syllabus. Going to read through. You can actually scroll through or you can open this also in a new window. And this will tell you all about the class and what the assignments are. So notice here that, for example, the speech of introduction is blue. You can click on that and it will take you to the actual speech of introduction. Now you will also get there through the lessons because this document shows up in lesson 1 and you can read it there as well. But if you want a place where all of the lessons are in the same place, you can look on the syllabus for that. There's no link for the impromptu because we're doing it in class, and that's because it's impromptu, so you don't get any instructions in advance. The award speech instructions will show up in advance when I have them completed. All right, so this is your syllabus, and then it asks you to go through this, make sure you've read it, you've looked at the requirements. For the requirements are here in this next, are described in the syllabus, and they tell you what to wear and what your textbook, and make sure that you understand that before you click the X's in these boxes. Make sure that you understand how to record your speeches as well. And there's also a technical support page down here for technology, if you're having trouble with some technology, but don't get overwhelmed with that. We'll learn a lot of it as we go. So we've looked at the syllabus, and then I ask you to look at the schedule. This is a day by day, what we're doing in our Zoom meetings, when our speeches are due, when the lessons are due. This should line up with the lesson page that I'll show you on LaLima next. But this is my plan for the class and when things are actually due. Once you've read that and you can verify that you don't have any scheduling conflicts and you've looked over your calendar, you may have some scheduling conflicts. You may be scheduled to speak on a day that you're not going to be in class. So please just let me know 2 weeks in advance on that. This is a really cool little video that kind of goes over the basics of giving a speech, and it also kind of shows you what the technology looks like when you'll be giving your speeches online. So make sure you watch this. And then this is the link here to the technology page. This is pretty overwhelming. There's more here than you need. There's a short course on how to use LaLima. There's different ways to how to copy and paste, which I think most of you already know, how to use Zoom, how to use YouTube, how to use Google Docs and share a Google Doc. And we're definitely doing this. We do create a Google Doc that we need to share and copy links and stuff like that. And then there's a little bit about netiquette. So make sure you go through that. Don't worry if you don't know everything on the technology help page. It's more of a reference page, and we'll learn those skills as we go. And then an introductory assignment on meeting your classmates. Everyone will post in the forum. It helps me to know that you understand how to post, and it helps you to find out if you have similarities or differences with your classmates. So remember earlier when I talked about the links going to the forum, it takes you right in here. You can see that a couple of your classmates have already posted. So go ahead and come up here, and what you're going to do is start a new conversation. And I don't think it's showing it on my page, but you should be able to just start a new conversation here. And you should be able to read your classmates. Oh, here it is. Start a new conversation. And so you can just simply title it and put your message in there and complete the assignment. Okay, so back to lessons, because this is probably the most important thing right here, is making it to this button that says all course lessons. So I've put everything on the same page. You'll see the welcome message that I'm making right now embedded here in the left. So you'll see a picture of me there, and you'll be able to play that. And then you have kind of a review and the documents that you might need access to that were in the Start Here button. You shouldn't really have to go back to the Start Here anymore. You should be able to access everything on this page. So for example, here's the technology support page. There's also a student help forum where if you're stuck and you need help, you can post here, and hopefully either myself or someone else in the class will get back to you on your answers. There's a general discussion forum also, and this is just to get to know each other. So for example, Nina has invited all of you to a peer study group, and so you can message her back right here in this forum if you'd like to join in and get together with Nina on that peer study group. Okay, let's get into the meat and potatoes of the class. All right, so everything you do in this class, we're going to navigate using these lesson blocks. So for example, lesson 1 link, that takes you to the lesson that I've created so that you can learn about the topic for the week. All right, so here's what all your lessons look like. They're all purple. If you ever see anything that's not in purple, you've somehow gotten into one of my other classes, so everything is purple. Your reading assignments are here. You can click on any of these links under the chapter reading, and you can read directly right here on the internet. When you're done with the reading, you can go back to the lesson. I have an activity here called Visitor from Space and a video from one of my favorite movies, Arrival, that will get you excited about the topic, and we'll be doing this in class, so don't spend too much time thinking about this now. In fact, probably you can do the speech of introduction. That would be great. So go ahead and write that, and you can watch me do it, and then you can scroll down and see what the assignment entails. You can go down and you can listen to another lecture on the history of communication. And you can also, this block has all of the stuff that's going to kind of go into that visitor from space. So you can skip this one for now because, or you can read it, but it kind of talks a little bit about what goes into the model of communication. We know too much about it. It might make that activity not too fun, but we'll see where that is. But this explains what is communication, all the theory and everything involved. Then I have a self activity that will look at your own ability to communicate, and a goal setting activity that we do in the forum, and also a video from DeWitt Jones. You can click on these videos and it will actually play the video for you, which is awesome. He is one of my favorite speakers. This is we're so lucky to have this video in this class, and I'll stop it and you can watch it later, but and then I have you write about this in the forum. So when you're done with all of this, actually the other thing is when anytime you see, oops, anytime you see this orange banner here, it means that there's a forum post that will be required. Okay, so you'll know that there's something due in forum. You'll also know there's forum activities because when you go down to lesson 1 homework on communication, you'll see here that I ask you to post your speech of introduction in the forum. So this link, again, you don't need to go to the forum link on the side. This takes you right there, and you're just going to go start a new conversation. You're going to put your name, like Sharon Milan, speech of introduction. Okay, and then you can type your outline directly into the forum box there. And when you're all done with that, simply put post, and I'm going to put cancel, but that will take you right into the forum activities. All right, so lessons 1, 2, and 3 all use the forum activities. They also, all of the lessons in the class have an essay test that go with each lesson. So simply click on the link to the essay test. Yours will say begin assessment, and then you can write your essay right in here. And I won't grade it until after the due date. the due date, we will know. Don't forget to submit it also. I didn't show you that. But this due date here of 8/31/2020 is when everything in block 1 is done. So with the essay test, feel free to take it as many times as you want. And as long as what you want is in there on 8/31 when I close it and grade it, then you'll be fine. Okay. That is everything for now. We are going to, on lesson 4, we're going to create something called a portfolio page, and we'll be using that for the rest of the class. Don't worry about it too much now, but I did want to show you what it looks like. So this link will take you to a page that explains the portfolio. You're basically going to copy everything here. You're going to just come over here and you're going to grab it and you're going to copy it and paste it onto a document that you create for yourself. So I did that, and here's what my document looks like. So this is going to have all of my assignments on here, so when your instructor goes to grade them, she can see everything on your one portfolio page. So for example, my speech of introduction outline is here, and you can look at that as an example. So once you create this page in your own Google document, you're going to share it. I like to share it with anyone that has the link, and then that way we don't all need to sign in. However, if there are people in the class that have privacy issues that don't want their work to be public, then we will create a list of email addresses for those in our class, and that's how we'll share our documents. But we'll talk about that in class. Okay, so now, again, so this is the document, and if we go back to the portfolio page, this was the portfolio page that explained it. On the bottom of that page, you'll see your class, Speech 251, Section 40285, and you're going to simply take the link that went to your document, which is the link that, let's see if I can, this link right here, if you go share, and then it says copy link, so link copied, and then you go back to the page, or to the page that I've created, and you simply just paste it in. Okay, we won't put it there because it's not for Jamie, but you can see that I've put it in above. And that's how I will grade and access all of your work. So more on that later. Anyway, I hope that helps you to navigate the lesson, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of your speeches.
Okay, so it's pretty simple, but again, if you get stuck, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You'll also notice that I've designed the class to encourage you guys to work together, so reach out to your classmates as well. Just because we're meeting online doesn't mean we'll be communicating any less. You are a phone call away or a Zoom call away from help from anyone in the class, and you all know I give an award for working together with your fellow students. So good luck and enjoy giving your speeches. They are a lot of fun, and I am really looking forward to seeing each of your speeches and working with you this semester.